Welcome in to the Full Armor of Game podcast episode 53, Texting Strategy, Ending Conversations with Women. It's about time I dropped some more texting knowledge on the podcast, and this strategy I'm going to take you through is so overlooked, even to the guys that have read my ebook, The 5 Principles of Texting Women. Even to guys that have gone through my video course, Texting School, where there's a video inside that we're going to go through here on this podcast. So many guys just overlook it, and I think that's a mistake. So whether you've never heard this concept before or you've heard me mention it before, perk your ears up, because you don't have to use this strategy every time you're texting women, but you should absolutely throw it in there occasionally, and this will give a woman a chance to start chasing, initiating, and pursuing you through text when you do this the right way.
You bring the crowns and heads of conquered kings to my city steps. You insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. This is Sparta! Put on the whole armor of game. This is where we fight! And these shield boys!
The video we're going to dive into is from Texting School. It's in level 3, and it's video 3. For those of you guys in Texting School, if you want to rewatch that video, of course in Texting School there's 12 levels. Maybe there's even 13 levels. Can't remember. But there's like 12 or 13 levels of all sorts of extra texting strategies like this one to help tweak. And all these little things really set you above. They make you stand out from all the other guys that she's messaging on dating apps or that she's texting. These little strategies will help. So incorporate this one, ending conversations. I'm going to play the video to give you guys a better idea of why this is important and how you can start using it today when you are messaging women. And a quick shout out, for the month of September, I have a big Texting School special on my website, textingprince.com, and you'll see something about Texting School or Texting School special. So click on that and check it out, because this is absolutely must-have in today's digital dating age. And September is a month that I do a little sale on my course, Texting School. So check that out. But first, let's dive into this strategy.
Let's talk about ending conversations and why that's important and what it can do for your success. All the time now, it seems like we always have our phones on us. If you're sitting in, waiting for your food at a restaurant, you'll see people with their phones out texting. Standing in line at the grocery store, phones out texting. Before you go to bed at night, phones out texting. First thing when you wake up in the morning, phones out texting. We're texting all the time now. Very few times it seems like we are ending the conversation. It's just kind of like a long stream of conversation throughout the days. I'm going to suggest that you actually take the time to end conversations you're having. You want to give women breadcrumbs about what type of man you are and let her put the pieces together. And one of those ways that you can do this is by ending conversations. To us guys, we're pretty straight to the point. We would love it if we could just say, hey, I like you. You like me, great, let's date. Women, though, are connectors. So they're so good about piecing information together. This is why women will always say, I sent this guy all the signs that I liked him and he didn't make a move. Because to women, they're sending all these signs with their hair, the way they look at you. All these things they're doing are, in their mind, great clues for the guy to pick up on. So what we want to do as men is we want to give women clues in our texting that we are a man of value that she wants to be with. To In conversations, I always look for a point in the conversation when it gets a little bit dull. Maybe you text a little bit and all of a sudden there's kind of that response where you're kind of like, I don't even know what to say. Well, instead of trying to force something, this is going to be easy. You just say something like, hey, I got to head to the gym. It was great talking to you. Or, I'm going to go read a book. It was great talking to you. I got to run. I have a project to finish. It was great talking to you. If you get in the habit of ending conversations, this is going to be so powerful because it's going to tell women that you have more going on in your life than just sitting around looking at your cell phone when you're bored. You're doing something that most other guys don't. Most other guys will just keep texting throughout the weeks and months and however long and never end conversations. But if you're the guy ending a conversation, you're taking away this conversation from this girl while other guys are flooding her phone. Who is going to stand out? The guys that keep flooding her phone, or the guy that's different and is like, hey, I gotta go, I have things to do. So you're going to stick out now in her head. And then when you give it time, she will start reaching out to you. She'll start texting you first because she knows you're busy. Wouldn't that be nice? And the other thing that does is it tells you, it gives you information about how she feels about you. If women are reaching out to you, asking you how your day is, trying to keep conversations going with you, do you think they're interested or do you think that they don't like you? It's a pretty good sign that she's interested. So by ending conversations, you give yourself also more information, because if she texts you then the next day or later that night or in a couple days, you now know that she went out of her way to reach out to you. And now you can feel even more confident, like, hey, all right, she likes me. You'll start to see these signs when you let women show you the signs. Ending a conversation whenever it gets stale or dull, or whenever you're about to go to the gym, literally just say, hey, I gotta go work out. Can't talk, but it was great hearing from you. You end the conversation and you let her know, hey, I'm a guy that's not around my phone all day long. And that's the beauty of it. It'll be so refreshing to her. That's a great start for you, is just get in the habit of ending conversations when you're not available or before you go to bed. Hey, I gotta get up early. It was great talking to you. Have a great night. Boom, end it, and then let her reach out to you first next time.
Podcast Adam is back. And what can we learn from that? The idea is that we often have never-ending text threads with women, just picking up conversations from day to day, or even waiting a few days and picking up the conversation later. The suggestion is that you forcibly end the conversation, you shut the door on that conversation for the time being because of something productive you're about to do, working out, reading a book, finishing a project, even heading out to hang with the guys. That would be a reasonable excuse to end the conversation. So scenarios where this might come into play is if I'm taking, let's say on average, I'm taking 2 hours to respond to a girl throughout the day. So if she texts me in the morning at 8 a.m., I might reply at 10 a.m., and then she replies, I don't know, within 20 or 30 minutes. I'm taking a couple hours to reply again, and then she replies within 20 minutes or so. So I'm seeing that she's replying a lot quicker than I am. At that point, I could text her back within like 30 minutes this time, so it's still longer than she took to text me back, but it's a little bit quicker than I had done in the past. And so now I text her within 30 minutes. If she replies within 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, my next reply might be within 7 to 10 minutes, a nice quicker one for her, but still longer than hers. And that's giving her this little back and forth action. So I'm staying unpredictable, so I'm not always taking, 2 or 3 hours. But in this scenario, if I were to do that and I was to ping pong a couple shorter texts, then at that point, she might say something like, hey, what are you up to? Or how is your day? Or whatever. Once it gets to a boring or kind of a dull part in the conversation, instead of me continuing the conversation throughout the night, that's a perfect opportunity for me to be like, hey, I gotta head to the gym. It was great talking to you, though. Have a good night. And I'm actually closing the door so she knows it. I'm not just saying, hey, I gotta head to the gym. It'll be a sec. I'm actually ending the conversation saying good night or have a great evening. And by doing that, guys, you got to understand how few women get men that close doors on them. And you're not doing it in a rude way. You're not doing it in a mean way. You're just doing it in a like, hey, I got to go. I got other important things to do. And by doing that, your perception to that woman, you become more mysterious. You become a guy where it's like all of a sudden, when we say women want what they can't have, all of a sudden, if she was kind of iffy about you and you throw something like that in there, you better bet something inside of her is going to be like, whoa, what? Did he just end the conversation with me? And that might spark a little curiosity for now her to start to initiate texting you more. So how that will look is I end the conversation, and then what I will do is I will wait multiple days and I will give that woman a chance to reach out to me now. I just ended the conversation. She might say, okay, well, it was great talking to you. Have a great workout. She might say something like that and I don't reply. So now I give her a couple days, and it could take only a few hours. It could take the very next morning. I give her a couple days to then reach out to me with a, hey, how are you? Hey, what's up? Hey, how was your weekend? But I want that energy to come from her. That is the start of a way that you can start to get women to learn to initiate and reach out and pursue and chase you. I just finished my 4-week Masterful Seduction seminar. So those of you that were there understand how important it is to get this type of interaction dynamic going with women, because when a woman is chasing, pursuing you, she is still looking up to you. She's looking to try to grasp you. She's chasing after you because she wants you. So you're always above her in her eyes, and that's all that matters, is that a woman needs to look up to you. If a woman does not look up to you, if you're chasing her to hang out, you're chasing her through text, you're chasing her for sex, then you chasing after her means she's running away from you, looking back, looking down on you. It can be subtle, but these are all important things. So these crucial little tweaks will help out. I want to keep it a little shorter, guys. Hopefully this helps. I didn't cram it with any other tips because I want you guys to try this out. End conversations. I'll clarify again, you don't have to do this every single time, but you definitely want to throw this in there throughout the relationship with a woman. It's very important, I would say, very crucial, early stages. If I had just met a girl on a dating app and I got her to text me, and now we're texting, within the first day or two, I'm going to end the conversation with her through text with one of these type of things, because especially early on, I want that girl to like me to stand out over the other guys that she's texting. But then throughout your relationship with women, you want to occasionally throw this in there so that you're not just having these long text threads for months at a time. You want to end conversations when you're busy, when you're doing something productive, and just say, hey, have a great night, right? You don't have to be rude about it. It's just a subtle closing the door on her, and women notice that. But it's something like, it was great talking to you, or, it was great hearing about your day, but I got to run. I got a couple errands to run, and then I got, a project to finish. Have a great night. Something like that. Boom, you're off, and then you give her multiple days and watch her reach back out to you with one of those, hey, how are you? What's up? Type of text. And if you made it here to the final bit of this podcast, if you go like I said, I got a special on Texting School for the month of September. It's my September special. If you go to my page, since you listened, all the way to this ending part here, if you go to my Texting School page where you can get the special offer, and you click on checkout, and you see the special offer there, and you click on the coupon and click out of it, because there's a special coupon code in for the normal people of the world. They're getting the September special, but you are not normal. You are VIP because you stayed till the end. So click out of the coupon and then put in for the coupon code 53, the number 53. So put 53, click, and you will get a special discount. So remember 5353. This is episode 53. That should make it easy to remember. You click out of the coupon that you see for the special and you type in the numbers 5353 and click enter, and you get a little extra special discount. And this is going to be fun for me to see because I can go in there and see how many people use the coupon 53. So how many of you guys stayed till the end? Like star students, great learners. All right, take care, guys. I will chat with you next week, and I will see you inside Players University.